What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Um, this blog gonna be about Mike Epps, his daughter, and parenting. Just using him as an example. Um, just saw the stuff yesterday. Saw the Advice Show talk about it not too long ago. He got a good channel, by the way. If y'all ain't subscribed, y'all should check it out. Um, and he went off on his daughter, and then and you could tell it was for a reason. And I'm gonna get into that right now. It comes off that she tried to do something that would to destroy his image, to mess with his career, and he went off and she taped him and put him on the internet for doing it. Now, sometimes kids are bitter because they feel like their parent didn't show them the love that they wanted them to show them, and they act out, and that happens. You can't really, when it's just, if it was just her doing it, then it's kind of, it's up in the air, because she just could be lashing out, or she's just be an ungrateful kid. You don't know. But when they come up with the blog with the mother and the grandmother, then it turned heads, because it's like, wait a minute, let me get this right. The mother and the grandmother and the daughter sitting together trying to put him on blast. But they taking his money. But they cashing the checks. But when they need something, they're going to pick up the phone and call. But maybe it looks like they took advantage of what he was doing, and he just said, screw you. Since you want, I'm gonna give you what everybody else said to give, what the judge or somebody else said to give you, and I'm done with it. Because obviously, what I'm doing ain't good enough for you. And every parent loves their child, even if they're ungrateful. That young lady is lucky on this aspect. Most comedians are smart, like real smart. They might be funny, they may act whimsical or silly like he acts, but it's usually because they smart. He could have ended this whole nonsense and really put that young lady, on his daughter, on blast, and let her live with it by doing something simple. You damn near grown. How about this? How about I take you down to the courthouse right now, pay off the rest of your child support. You see this money? There you go. Now I'm gonna let them send this check to your mama and your grandmama. See where the money go. See how you get taken care of after that. Now when you find out you ain't getting nothing, and they start treating you like you an adult, you need to be out this house, you need to be on your own, you need to be doing for yourself, and you looking at them spend money that was intended for you, it's gonna be too. Then you the one to go to daddy, realizing you had burned that bridge. It's never really totally burned, but the trust ain't gonna be the same. And it could, you know what I'm saying? And he could have did some things to her that made her act out in that way. I don't know. But I'm just using that example to say this. This is what happens when two people don't make it about the kids. Because a lot of times people complain about the person that they have a child or children with after it's over with and it doesn't work out. And normally the people that complain and make it about everything but the kid. And usually it's a one-sided thing. I'm not gonna say usually it's a one-sided thing. Usually it's somebody just acting a fool because they being vindictive. And then over time, they want to make it up, but too much has been done. So I'm just putting out there, man, look, if you're going to be a parent and you don't like the other parent, you already laid with them, you already had a child with them, you already going to have to co-parent with them. You might not like their style, and if you don't like their style and they ain't going to change it, You be the best parent you can be in your situation to counteract that nonsense that you feel is nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And that way your child could grow up and make a sound decision on their own. Like, when I'm with this parent, I live like this and I do this stuff. When I'm with that parent, I live like that and I do this kind of stuff. And that's what works. Whatever works, that's what they're gonna gravitate to. Because you gotta prepare your kids for life. And that young lady ain't prepared for life like that. You know, because you can't. She probably don't understand this, but if you gon' if you blaming a person that's putting food in your mouth, who you gonna blame when it's time to put food in your own mouth? You get what I'm saying? Because the people that's in the house with you need to be teaching you how to take care of you. And if and and that's the biggest problem that I think most people have as far as co-parenting. Because somebody is usually blocking one parent from teaching the child to be independent, so or self-sufficient, and it's for some dumb reason. But whoever does that, realize the child gonna be with you because you make them dependent on you. And when you think it's over with, it ain't over. That's why so many people wake up, oh, you're 18 now, you're grown, now it's time to get out. How they grown and it's time to get out when you never taught them how to be grown? You babied them because you was getting paid off of it. Or, you know, you didn't want to bother with them because you didn't want that kind of responsibility. But now that you see they're a responsible adult and they taking care of their business, now you want to be in their life because you're a leech. It's not going to work. So, I mean, big ups to Mike Epps for checking his daughter. I know you wish you ain't had to do that. I know you wish you ain't had to go off on your child like that. But it happens sometimes. Big ups to the daughter for even trying to, cause a scene because eventually, because she's going to have to see herself in this predicament 5, 10 years down the line and see where she was wrong, and she can't play stupid because now she can look at the whole situation when she becomes an adult. Big up to the internet for having it out there, and big ups to the mother and the grandmother because everybody looking at them like they're the culprits. They the masterminds behind the drama. And it just puts out there what people be saying about some of these silly folks who mess with their kids. Before I go, I'm gonna say this though. A lot of times, this is how you know if the system or child support and all that stuff was actually used properly and works. Ask yourself a question. When these kids go to college, do they have any money for college? When these kids go to the military, do they have any cushion? When these kids need things, was anything placed aside for them? When they need medical insurance, did somebody at least put something aside to put them on a medical plan? Just ask yourself that. And usually the person that was receiving the money, if they haven't done some of those things, because you might not be able to do all of them, but if they haven't done some of those things to place their child in a place to be self-sufficient, that's because they was a terrible parent. They was using that kid. And normally those kids do not return home. It is what it is. I'm out.